Hey, welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the first part of our tutorial. For the second part, we'll be talking about the program we'll be using throughout this tutorial, Animate CC, and what it does. Again, Animate CC is just the name for the latest version of Flash. When you first open it up, you'll be greeted with this splash screen. You just select the option that says 1920 by 1080. The stage is the default white space that Animate CC gives you whenever you open up a new project file. Anything that's on the stage will show up. Anything that's out of it does not. This, like the name states, is the stage for your story or animation, where your characters, in this case sprites, perform on it. Publish settings let you control how your project will look and sound when it's exported and converted from the project file into a viewable file format. Canvas size sets the size of your stage within the project file in Animate CC. Side note, you can change the stage size to 640 by 360 for a smaller canvas size to work with. A lot of animators do this. Frames are like the frames that hold a picture in them on your wall. Animations are just a series of pictures and frames being played really fast to look like moving pictures, hence the acronym frames per second. Within a second, a certain amount of frames will play. 24 and 30 FPS are the standard for animating. Anything above 30 is impractical. 24 and 30 FPS allow for a reasonable amount of frames to be put down in order to make smooth movements that can easily be seen and understood. The higher the FPS, the more drawings passing in front of the viewer's eyes. For example, a punch being animated at 15 FPS may only require 6 frames of different drawings. Bumping it up to 30, the punch would need 12 frames because you're getting half the amount of time to understand what's happening. Bump it up to 60, and that same punch would now need to be 24 frames long. That's 4 times the amount of work you had to do when it was just 15 FPS. 15 FPS is really slow and causes things to look choppy, but 60 is too fast, so it requires too many frames to get across what 24 and 30 do with less work. Flash has a pretty customizable interface. You can rearrange things in any type of way you want and save it as a custom workspace. Find the Properties panel, and the stage color should be beneath the Advanced Settings button. If you need help finding it, try setting your workspace to Essential if it isn't already set to that. Change the stage color to whatever you want. It doesn't really affect an animation you're doing unless the stage isn't being covered by something. Purely cosmetic. Try not to make it white, because when we get into blend modes, seeing some effects will be hard or near impossible to see unless you have a background. Also in Properties, you can go to the Advanced Settings, be sure to enable Advanced Layers so we can use some of the features Animate has to offer, such as the camera tool and layer parenting. Stuff that'll be very important later. Quick side note, go into Edit and Preferences, and then you have the option to turn off the stage border if you don't like it, and we recommend you manually save often and disable autosave since it can freeze Animate and it takes a while to save. That's all for now. We'll be going over the tools in Animate CC in the next tutorial. Until then,